This is another Jeet Kune topic that one would think wouldn't have to be discussed, but think again. Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast number 262. This is the one about Jeet Kune, complete or incomplete system. As you're logging in, if you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you are catching the simulcast over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well. If you enjoy my work and you'd like to support the program, please visit jkdrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link, and that's where you'll see stuff like this. The Unified Martial Art Academy Kali JKD t-shirt, old classic design, one of my favorites. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune broadcasts. Okay, so, this Jeet Kune thing, it's one of the most influential martial arts in the world, founded by one of the most influential martial artists in the world. But there is still some debate about whether or not it's a complete system, right? In that maybe Bruce Lee left it incomplete. If we were to explore the history of Jeet Kune, the philosophy of Jeet Kune, I'd say that the evidence for whether or not it's complete can become apparent, and it should be easy to draw a conclusion. But we're talking about Jeet Kune, so of course it's not easy, right? What about you? When I hear or see a reference to Jeet Kune, right? Anytime I see or hear somebody refer to Jeet Kune as a hybrid system, right? Combining elements of different styles, Chinese martial arts, Western boxing, fencing, whatever. When I hear or see that, I know that I'm listening or I'm reading someone who is not 100% dialed in, right? Like I said before, Bruce Lee, one of the greatest martial artists to ever walk the earth, right? His system of martial art revolutionized. While it is well known that one of Bruce Lee's aims was to develop a fighting system that was both practical and efficient, that could be used in any situation, because of course he believed that the traditional martial arts were too rigid, and in some instances they weren't that well suited to real self-defense. But that's all of that is well known. What is sometimes not as well known in some circles is that Bruce Lee continued to refine himself and his art until July 20th, 1973, right? Now, what has happened in the years since that fateful day 50 years ago is that Jeet Kune, as Bruce Lee intended, continued to grow and evolve, right? As different JKD people expressed it in their individual ways. And I think that that's perhaps a contributing factor to the debate over whether or not Jeet Kune is complete, whether or not Bruce Lee left it unfinished at the time of his death. I don't know if it's 100% accurate to say that Bruce Lee created Jeet Kune as an open-ended system, right? One argument for Jeet Kune being a complete system is that it's designed. It's designed to be adaptive, let's say, to different scenarios, to different opponents, different situations, because it's based on the idea of no fixed way as way, which means then that you are somewhat free to adjust your techniques and your strategies to suit whatever the situation warrants. Another argument is that it's complete because it's based on principles, right? Principles like simplicity, directness, economy of motion. So that allows you to be versatile, right? That allows you to quickly adjust to changes in the situation, like we said before, right? And some people maintain that Jeet Kune is designed or was designed to be easy to learn and easy to practice, because again, technically simple and direct, which might make it easy to remember and apply in combat is a working theory, right? The governing principles are also easy to understand and apply in different situations. So that makes it something that could be suitable for all levels of ability, right? Beginner through experienced. The argument against Jeet Kune Do's completeness is that since it's not structured with specific drills, techniques, and forms, some people even say, right? Um, it's harder then to know what to practice to get to a level of proficiency. It's tough for people to develop, especially if everybody is out there creating their own methods and their own strategies, right? People who adhere to that belief, um, you know, the belief that Jeet Kune Do does not have a set of rules or philosophies. They say it's because it's based on experimentation and improvisation, right? So, like we've talked about before with Jesse James Kosakowski, opponents of his were of the opinion that he couldn't fight because Bruce Lee wasn't a fighting, because not Bruce Lee, because Jeet Kune Do was just a philosophy. It wasn't an actual art. It was an actual combat method. And I'm sure Jesse James proved them the error of their way of thinking, right? So some people maintain that while the idea of experimentation and improvisation can be a great way to develop martial arts skill, it can become difficult to master it without a structured set of techniques and drills. I'm not too sure where to get this idea from, right? But then one last argument is that since Jeet Kune Do is not as widely practiced as other martial arts, it can be difficult to find an experienced instructor. It can be difficult to find training partners, which makes it difficult then for you to learn and reach your full potential with the art. So these are all interesting questions that I think should be discussed because understanding or coming up with your own answers, your own opinions on this stuff, it can help you to determine what approach you should use, depending on what end you're on, what approach you should use in teaching Jeet Kune Do, what approach you should learn, you should use in learning and practicing Jeet Kune Do, right? Now, in case you missed it, I gave you the solution to the situation a few minutes ago, right? It was in the part where I said that experimentation and improvisation is crucial to Jeet Kune Do, as it is in jazz, but I digress, right? What wasn't stated is that innovation is also important, right? Now, Bruce Lee made that clear, in my opinion. He made it clear when it's not like he sat down and said, okay, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how Jeet Kune Do should be developed. You got to understand what you're reading and be able to interpret the intent behind it. When Bruce Lee said, the best fighter is not a boxer, not a karate or a judo man. The best fighter is someone who can adapt to any style. He kicks too good for a boxer. Bruce Lee didn't write this very good, though. He kicks too good for a boxer. He throws too good for a karate man. And he punches too good for a judo man. So he's talking there about not about fitting in with other styles, or as the Oakland JKD people would say, having the keys to unlock other styles, right? He's talking about kicking against a guy who is punching because he might be unfamiliar with it, throwing a guy who is a skilled striker because he might be unfamiliar with it, right? And then hitting a guy who's good at grappling. So that is the key. Well-roundedness, skill in, even though the term trapping doesn't show up here or what have you, this blueprint, so to speak, is saying develop your ability in what here in Miami we call the 4 skills of empty-handed combat, right? See, the critics who claim that Jeet Kune Do is not comprehensive enough and lacks the structure and the technical elements of other martial arts, they miss out that part. They don't realize that the guidelines have been given out. They don't realize that in saying stuff like this, Bruce Lee was giving us the template upon which to base the further development of Jeet Kune Do. And that's my take on it. What say you? did I introduce any thoughts into this whole complete versus incomplete argument that you hadn't considered yourself? What's your take on it? Please let me know in the comments below. That's all I got to say about this video. If you like what you heard, comment, rate, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D. Woods. At paypal.me/unifiedma Miami, you can get the Jeet Kune Journey Volume 1, the raw but edited version. paypal.me/unifiedma Miami. Coming up on Friday, which is the 3rd, February 3rd, Jeet Kune Dialogues with Mahipal Lunia. We've had to put this off for a couple of weeks. Mahipal Lunia of the Immersion Foundation. I'm really excited to talk to him. He's a good talker. He really is, right? So I'm looking forward to spending time with him at 6 o'clock on Friday. They've got an event coming up in April, I think it is, April or May. Well, you'll get the details on Friday, but it's good. And some people will go, well, well, you'll get the details and you'll see why it is a JKD event, so to speak. All right, today's a pastel day, so I went with the cream colored. I call this the big sidekick t-shirt, right? So I'll see some of you on Friday. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Rebel, signing off. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care. Be safe. Talk soon.